Welcome back, my beautiful chaotic humans. Today we're diving into something I've said we need to do as soon as the last song arrived. The entire 6-part universe that Ren and the Skinner brothers have been secretly building right under our noses. Let's see what it all means. If you haven't watched those videos or heard the songs, then I done reaction on those on my channel. And those also can help you understand how I came to this conclusion. But of course Ren have it on his YouTube as well to support Ren. So we got The Story Goes, we got Control Alt Delete, we got Truth or Dare, we got Dream Life, Twos on a Cigarette, and Pink Heineken. Pink Heineken, which I actually heard recently, was a word for something you shouldn't take. So the songs on their own looks like little adventures, a chase here, like a pub night over here, and a whole lot of barefoot running. But together, they're not just forming a full storyline or a character arc. I'm going to break them all down, tie them together, and show you the red thread that stitches this whole wild ride together into this story of humans. So buckle up. This might look like fun on the outside, but on the inside, or underneath, there's something much more deeper going on. But first, a comment. Whoa. Legiana Loner? I'm very sorry. My tongue just did parkour and skipped every correct letter in your name. I agree this song is full of fear, regret and hope, but not necessarily in that order. It had me in tears by the middle of the first verse and sobbing by the end of the chorus. It's my favorite out of the 6. Yeah, it hits deep. Fear, regret and hope. All in one breath. No wonder it had you in tears. So the story goes. This is the opening chapter. The spark that lights everything. Ren jumps out of a window, barefoot, shoes in hand, sprinting for his life. From a guy whose mom he definitely should not have been visiting. I know it might not be his mom, but that's beside the point. And being his mom is a lot more fun. But okay. A woman in a bathrobe peeks out, hinting at a scandal. There's some chaos here, and the Skinner brothers pulls up, and Ren drives away in a getaway car. This song shows impulsive choices and messy relationships and how he's escaping consequences and basically running from himself. Just as much as he's running from that man in that video. Control Alt Delete. This is where we're trying to lay low, but we're absolute idiots. They stop at the convenience store, they buy some random stuff and act shady with a girl outside, trying to be like, we wanna hide, but also, let's draw as much attention as we can. They play some football, small crimes, bragging, but most of all, big denial. This song represents distraction and pretending everything is fine, and not facing what you're actually running from. It is showing how we use humor to dodge consequences in our life.
Back to the wall, no vibes in. I got dinks in my armor, it ain't shining, but we still come through with them top.
Truth or Dare. The boys are now deep into the night, pub, darts, pool, drinking. The atmosphere feels good, but underneath, it's the running from the truth chapter. Because Truth or Dare isn't a game. It's more like a metaphor. It's a metaphor for the choices we make when we're drunk and tired. Everyone looks alive, but everyone is also dying inside their own private way. The Dream Life. This is where the mask cracks. Mask, you see what I did there, brother?
She had a fucked up childhood. Acting up, she was misunderstood.
We meet the girl with a chaotic past, the heavy trauma, the weight that nobody sees. She represents addiction, escaping pain, childhood damage, and all the ways people survive in crooked ways. Her lines are also heavy with symbolism, pink for euphoria, blue for sadness, and green for money, envy, or survival. Dream life is the part where the story stops joking. And for the first time, Ren looks inward instead of running outwards. This chapter seems to be the emotional center of this saga.
We see things that never see, smoking, drinking, watching TV.
Now, Twos on a Cigarette. This is the intimate chapter. Two people sharing a cigarette, it's bonding. It's the trauma sharing, forming a connection in the middle of the chaos that's around you. This is the chapter where honestly slips out. Where the walls are lowered, where two people exchange oxygen or smoke and stories. Because this is what they have left. It's a quiet song, it's vulnerable, and it's the calm eye inside the storm that's about to hit again.
My Jack's on the westway. He fucked up his whole estate. He's never saying nothing cause he keep it in his head till the day he died.
Now the last song, the Pink Heineken, this is the crash. This is where we see the emotional hangover, the chaos, the pain, and the regrets. Ren goes introspective, addictions, self-destruction, childhood wounds, doomed relationships. This is the body trying to survive. This is what the mind trying to process. There's heartbreak, there's tragedy, there's the reality that you can run from fights, but you cannot run from yourself. The final verse is especially brutal. It talks about wings clipped and dying alone and living fast and burning out. Pink Heineken is the point where the story admits what it really is. It's not just chaos. It is instead pain, disguised as chaos. Now what does this all mean? Escapism, numbing, connection, consequence. I think the entire saga is secretly about one thing: how people run from themselves. Through chaos, through humor, through nightlife, through addiction, through people, through everything. They run until running stops working. So the story goes is impulsive chaos, Control-Alt-Delete is avoidance, Truth or Dare is numbing, Dream Life is broken people finding each other, Twos on a Cigarette, brief intimacy. Pink Heineken is when the reality hits. This is a 6-chapter cycle of escapism, bonding, tragedy, coping, collapsing, and realizing. Every chapter feels fun, light, chaotic, until you realize that Ren is showing you 6 different ways that people is trying to survive pain. This is apparent when you see that the barefoot escape, symbolizing running from your own life, trying to get away. The chaos of the boys and the drugs mask the emotional rot that we all try to hide. The pub, the stories, the nightlife, that's self-medication, temporary ways to feel good. The girl in Dream Life, the emotional key in the whole arc. Twos on a Cigarette, the moment of fragile human connection that we briefly grab. And Pink Heineken is the fatal honest truth behind it all. When you line all these 6 songs up, it stops becoming a playlist and start becoming like a confession. Every chapter is another mask slipping, another truth is leaking out, another way a person tried to survive themselves. We all know that Ren doesn't give us clean stories. He gives us the stuff that people hide, the impulses, the denials, the numbness, the temporarily high. But he also gave us the crashing lows. The people that we cling to, the people we run from, and the ghosts that follow. These songs aren't just a sequence. They're a cycle, as we all thought. But it's also several cycles from different perspectives. This is the life of real people every day. Escape, distraction, connection, truth, collapse, and repeat. And by the time Pink Heineken hits, you realize this is something special. It's a family portrait. It's a humanity portrait. Behind every wild night and behind every stupid decision, there is usually pain. Pain that's steering the wheel. Ren isn't telling us how to live. He's just showing us how people survive. How we survive. And I see you guys again.